What is up? It's 5:35. You know what that means? It's Monday, 5:35. About 2 hours ago, I decided to send out the old Batman light to let people know I'm going live tonight. I'm back again like a vertebrae. I'm your idiot leader, Dope. This is Dope Comics. We're rocking out with our comics out. What can I say? We're kicking skulls like soccer balls with payday. I don't know what I'm talking about, but I'm happy today. You know what I'm saying? What can I say? It's been a long day. I got a lot of cleaning to do. I got comics laying everywhere. I got AOKs. I got new stuff. I got old stuff. We'll be showing you some slabs. We'll be showing you some non-slabs. All the stuff that oozes goodness. Because that's what we're all about here in Dopetopia. We're down here in the bunker. We're hiding out. I'm just an idiot rocking out with my comics out. So that's what we're going to be doing today. And first in the chat was Brian LCS. What is going on? Give Brian the 3 bong attack. Bong attack? I think it's gong attack. There you go, Brian from the local LCS. And I want to give a shout out to Brian. Brian at the LCS. If you're not subscribed to his channel. And also Mark at Legions of Comics. Yeah, they're two big fish. Two big fish watching the channel for some reason. But they both shared my link today on IG, I noticed, and told people about the show. So I want to give a big ups to Mark and Brian for that. And thank everybody for coming out. What can I say? Brian has just moved to the South. He lived in New York, and he's trying to get his old country slang down to fit in with everybody. And he wants to know, is this a show that's hotter than fish grease? Of course it is. Women around here, when a woman walks by, you say, she's hotter than fish grease. That girl's burnt. When you say a girl's burnt, I mean she's hot. She's a Betty. So, yep, we got her. Who else we got in the chat? We got from Canada, way up in the Highland Rim where the snow is. Ain't even no sunshine up there 30 days a year. Where they film 30 Days of Night, Steve White. Dope, my brother. What is going on, sweet Stevie White? You get the 3 gong attack. 3 gong attack. What is going on? And look at there if it ain't my boy Douglas. What is up, Douglas? You got to do something about that thumbnail, Douglas. You got that big D on it for a reason. Girls like to call Douglas, oh, Big D. What's up, Big D? Oh, Douglas, you get that 3 gong attack. And KB is everywhere. KB loves the horror. He's got the cool thumbnail that matches the mask up there. KB, we're going to be showing lots of horror today. Hopefully you'll see something you never seen before. What is up, sweet Jimmy G? Jimmy G has got it going on, the comic guy. 3 gong attack. Yeah. What is going on up there with the White Walkers, Stevie says. Plenty of White Walkers. If you snooze, you lose out on this show. We're caught up with the chat right now. We got a lot of stuff going on. We read a bunch of bad books this week. So gave me indigestion. It made my chest hurt. They were so bad. The best book I read was like a 5.5, and I was drunk, drinking Miller Lite, sitting by the pool when I read it. And it was this Batman. No, it wasn't this Batman, was it? Yeah, no, this is the first Batman. Anyway, I was reading Batman. This right here, this crap. You know about this crap? This stuff ain't no good. It's awful. It's no good. Whoop! It's this one right here, Batman #2. As you can see, I got some waviness going on from the pool. I had it underneath my lounge chair, and my shorts leaked all over it. When I got out of the pool, I was reading this, drinking a Miller Lite, and the artwork's great. The artwork's the only reason I give it a 5.5. You got pretty artwork in there. You got this guy with a bad haircut. You got Tommy guns. You got Batman with big ears and claws. It's really good art, but the story just it's lacking, man. It's lacking. So it gets the see you later. It don't make the cut. I got too many books in my collection, so there's stuff I like to read. There's only one more issue of that, so we will keep reading that, but it won't make the PC. It goes straight into the giveaway box. Other things that's going into the giveaway box. So I mean giveaway, not y'all, because I don't do giveaways. I'm an idiot. I just give them away at my local bookstore. Anyway, this right here, this was just like garbage. This here, I didn't understand none of it. It was like a lasagna or some kind of stroganoff with idiots in it. It was just a bunch of nothing going on. I couldn't tell who's a good guy, who's a bad guy. The only reason I made this issue too is because I wanted to see what Bizarro does. But this is Suicide Squad Dream Team, and this dream has turned into a nightmare because this is awful, and it's going for a ride also. Also going for a ride today. I can't get on the Brainiac. I've been reading Superman since issue 1, and I don't mean issue 1 from 1939. I mean issue 1 from 2023. But it's not, the Brainiac's not for me. That's awful too. Anyway, let's get on with it. Now that you know my awful books of the week, that stuff's just awful. What is going on, Jacob? Jacob, what are you doing, brother? You know we can't have a show without you. We got to have Jacob. Everybody surprised. It's Jacob. Welcome to the Children's Comic Book Show. Jacob, what is going on, man? I just showed a bunch of awful books that we won't have to look at ever again because they ooze terribleness. So now we're going to get on to some more stuff. Here's some good stuff I got. I got a few more Ghost Riders in. We got number 3 because I'm collecting 1 through 81. Here's a number 3 for the run. So that was good to get. I'm 10 away. We got number 5. So there's 81 in this run. One of the runs I wanted to finish this year was Ghost Rider Hulk magazines, which is 1 through 27, Rampage and Hulk. And I want to get 6 through 11 of Mysteries. What is it called? Marvel Spotlight. Yeah. 6 through 11. And look at here. We got my man, the Evil Orb. He is back. Back like a vertebrae. Back like a Cadillac. You don't mess with the Evil Orb. The Evil Orb. What's the matter with my damn voice? The Evil Orb. You don't mess with the Orb. He is the man. One of my favorite C and D list villains of all time. You can't mess with him. He's kicking. You know what I'm saying? And just like that, who walks up in the chat? It's I Love Disney. What are you doing, brother? Glad to have you on the show. What I want to give you, a bozo button. What are we going to do for you? Let's give you a surprise, too. Oh, man, this is getting to be like the Bozo show. So Bozo's a little bit smarter than your idiot leader dope. Anyway, some more cool stuff I picked up. Oh, yeah. We've also got about 7 or 8 questions we got to answer. And one of the things I noticed I got to make sure I talked about, look there, 600 subs. 600 subs. I woke up this morning, I was doo-dooing, and I looked at my phone and it said 600 subs. That's what you do it for in the morning. I get up and doo-doo. And I go to work at a steel factory. And when I was doo-dooing, I looked at the thing and it said I had 600 subs. I was like, damn, 600 subs? Man, that's something. I didn't even know I was close to 600 subs. When I first started, I wanted 100. And still all I really wanted, but I wanted 100 subs of people that were fanatics like me that like to sit around and talk idiot shit and do what we do. You know what I mean? And somehow we found another 500 people that's drinking the juice. I don't know what's up, but we're up to 600 subs. Glad to have all of them. Hey, tell your mama, tell your brothers, tell your girlfriend, tell your baby's mama, tell anybody. Sub us up. You know what I'm talking about? Speaking of baby's mama, there's my baby's mama, K-Pop. What is up, K-Pop? K-Pop, I'm going to give you the 3 gong salute. There you go, K-Pop, just like that. Oh, man, what is up to Digger Jim? He's always digging. I saw he found some keys today. I guess he found them today. I saw him on my phone today. Digger was trying to explain the difference between a Home Depot key and a Lowe's key. Way to go, Digger, on finding some keys. What is going on? So anyway, we were rocking like docking. What can I say? I've showed you some bad pickups already. I've showed you my little Ghost Rider section I picked up today. And let's just get to one of the first questions. Why don't we just do that? I noticed that last week I didn't answer this question, so I put it on here at the top. Kevin at Kevin's Comics on IG. Kevin said, what happened to our Hulk? Well, our Hulk has gotten bad, Kevin. I don't know who's keeping up with the Hulk or reading Hulk. If you're reading Hulk, let me know in the chat. If you're not reading Hulk, we'll try to make this quick because Hulk's really went downhill lately. I was so impressed when Hulk came out with Nick Klein on the artwork. You know, we got Philip Kennedy Johnson doing it. We had Philip Kennedy Johnson doing it. This was so good. And it, it reminds me of the Hulk 1, the original from 1962. This is really good. This is what we all wanted. The artwork was awesome. The storytelling was awesome. He's fighting monsters again. There ain't none of that Avengers shit in here. This is what we want. He walking around in a damn trench coat shooting a machine gun, calling himself Mr. Fix-It. He ain't doing none of that silly shit. He's a monster. And in the first issue, he really wasn't talking or nothing. He was just being a Hulk. And that's what I liked. You had little Charlie, and I thought, well, Charlie's going to get smashed because he's blacking out. He don't know what he does. So I really liked Hulk issue 1. Then we got a Hulk issue 2. It was awesome. Loved it. It was Philip Kennedy Johnson and Klein. This was issue 3. Now let me show you something. Then you get to issue 4, and that's where it went downhill the first time. This right here, this is my favorite character. This is one of my favorite characters of all time. You got Hulk and Man-Thing, 2 of my favorite characters of all time. How can it be bad? And then you see Travel Foreman did the art, and you thought it couldn't get no worse, but it can. But Travel Foreman was pretty bad. So what we're going to do live here on the show, we're ready for issue 12. That means this series has been out for like a year, give or take, because we're on issue 12. So I'm not keeping these around. If it ain't good, I'm not keeping it up no more. I'm not wasting my bags and board on stupid shit like this. The artwork's so awful, it's got to go too. That one's going. So anything that ain't Nick Klein, it's going for a ride. This one here is not Nick Klein. Why do I want to keep this shit in my long box if I'm never going to look at it again? Why would I do that? You know what I'm saying? So here's another one. I give it away to somebody. Let somebody read that. And then, the bell of the ball, when you get into the first run, the first part, the bell of the ball is this right here. This Ghost Rider right here. This is the stuff. This will make you, this is the best thing I've read in a long time. It's 3 issues. If you're not into Hulk, at least go get these 3 issues. It is 6 through 8. It's got a new Ghost Rider. This new Ghost Rider was in the war, as you can see right there. It's Uncle Sal. He's in World War II. He's got an old 1942 Harley. I mean, this is what we want. And the stars are in line. We got Nick Klein. We got the great Ghost Rider. We got, Philip Kennedy Johnson. We got everything we wanted on this one. And that is what it's all about. This is what we want. This is the bell of the ball right here. So we're keeping those. Definitely keeping those. And then right after that, tragedy struck. This is where it all started going downhill. Earl's on artwork. Cold Charlotte. That's when the comics started cooling off. And I've got too many books to keep crap like this around. I don't want to support it. And I don't know if last week came to effect and really put me over the edge. But last week, we had the great unrevealing weekend. We had the whole Ghost Machine. Getting rid of this one too. Terrible. Artwork's terrible in those. So anyway, we had the great weekend full of Ghost Machine books, and they showed you that you could have a great artist, you can have great writers, and you could put out a great book with a great price point, made out of great material still for $2.99. So, I was dumb. I was like, hey, Marvel, the prices of paper might be high. I don't know. But hell, Image is making money off of it. So why can't anybody else make money off of it? You know what I'm saying? So something's going on. If Image can make money, everybody ought to be able to make money off of it. So I got to raise my bar. I got to start up here. I can't be selling for second best because there's nothing to read. And I've done that many times. There's weeks I go in there and there's nothing to read. Steve, I'm still enjoying Hulk 2. I'm always going to buy it. I'm a huge Hulk collector, huge Hulk fan. I'll buy it no matter what. But it might not make the private collection. You know what I mean? I don't have room for that kind of mess. I'll still buy it and support Hulk. And I'll still read it. But it just will not go into my private collection. KB says, I'm digging Hulk. It is a little up and down and a little bit, at least it's not Avengers Hulk. You're right. It's not. But KB, it messes with me. I like to have the same artist. Nick Klein's up here. The other two, Travel Foreman and whatever that other guy's name was down here. I would settle for a less Nick Klein if he would just do every issue. I want a Hulk world, and I want to be able to zone out in this world for about 50 to 25 issues without them changing every arc. I mean, I'm kind of disappointed in Nick Klein. What is he doing that you can't draw the great Hulk? Hulk's the greatest thing going today. What else could you be working on? K-pop, I mean, I know, you're an artist, K-pop. Tell him to get his button gear. I mean, that's part of being a comic book artist is making deadlines. Can he not make deadlines? Can he not? Well, if he can't make deadlines, there's something wrong with him then, ain't it? What is up to the great legend? Great legend, what is up, brother? I'm giving you the 3 gong salute. There you go, great legend. What about that? Oh, man. Who else we got in there? What are we talking about? I got the Rook Exodus and was shocked at the quality for the price. You are right. I mean, hey, what more would you want? I love Disney. I mean, the artist is great, Jason Fabok. The writing is great, Jeff Johns. The materials is top notch. $2.99. I think it's that one's a $3.99 price point. Amazing. Also picked up Sam and Twitch that week. It was amazing. It was $2.99. All of them. Geiger is amazing. $2.99 or $3.99. And I mean, all of them are great. I loved all of them. They're all cheap. They're not $5.99. They're not like that Batman ever laying on the floor, that magazine form for $7.99 or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So show us that Hulk figure collection behind you. You want to see some Hulk figures? Let me see if I can tilt that up and show you some Hulks. We got lots of Hulks back there. We got every Hulk I see I buy. If I ain't got them, I buy all the Hulks. And then like down there, you got some more stuff. You got where am I going? I don't know how to guide this damn thing. But there's a couple down there. There's a leader up there, and the rest of all of them are just Hulk toys. You can see them all back in there. Love Hulk toys. Love anything to do with Hulk. Right there's my man, Lou Alfrigno. Said Lou Alfrigno. As a man, we opened it on here a couple days ago, a couple weeks ago, whatever it was. I don't know. But Lou Alfrigno is the man. Started watching all that Hulk when I was a kid. And they still ain't did a good Hulk movie yet. So that's the way it goes. Give it to your library. You're right. They can take. That's the thing, Digger Jim. I think about 10% makes my private collection. Everything. If I'm not going to ever read it again, I just give it away because there ain't no point in keeping it. I mean, modern comics are not worth anything. The value is in the story. And if the story and the art ain't no good, there's no value in it. So, I do collect old books from the 30s and 40s and pre-code horror and all that kind of stuff. Old Superman books and Batman books. But as far as new stuff, I don't think it's ever going to be worth anything. So, read it and dump it. And if it's no good, there's no point in keeping it. You're right, K-pop. Most artists can't meet a deadline, especially when you're looking at Nick Klein's artwork because Nick Klein kills it. Just like that, KB knows Nick Klein kills it. He makes the story. I mean, Philip Kennedy Johnson writes the story, but Nick Klein's transformations, his monsters, it is totally different having Nick Klein on there than having Travel Foreman or the other one. You know what I'm saying? It's just totally different. Yep. There you go with the 3 gongs. What can I say? Yeah. The leader's probably my favorite bad guy. Some people like Abomination. We got Abomination down here. But I'm a big leader guy. You gotta beat Hulk with your smartness, My favorite Hulk might be this one. It's either this one or the one beside it. They're real detailed, but you got the big one. He's actually a really cool Hulk. I like that one a lot. My kids pick me up Hulks when they see them. If I ain't got one, they'll get it for me. I like any Hulk. Oh, man. Let's see here. What is up, Dr. Gagoo? What can I see, brother? What is going on? Dr. Gagoo approves. We approve of you, Dr. Gagoo. Let me give you a shock. Damn, it's broke. It won't work long. Hope that's enough to get you going, Dr. Gould. What is going on? I met some horror legends this weekend. It was amazing. Well, K-Pop, you didn't tell me nothing about it. Who'd you meet? Let me know, K-Pop. Rub it in my face. Let me know. Who'd you meet, K-Pop? Who's my favorite artist ever on Hulk? Nick Klein. I love Nick Klein. I love Nick Klein. Let's get to another Hulk question. This while we're on the Hulk, somebody else wrote another Hulk question on my paper from the last couple weeks on IG. Where was it at? Boy Toy Man 88 says, what was the first comic I ever bought? The first comic I ever bought was this right here, Hulk 377. I went into Blackthorn Comics in my hometown, and this book stood off the wall to me. I mean, my eyes were drawn to it. You know, the lime back there and the pink, and I was really into dark things at a young age. And of course, being in a small town, my comic book store only had Marvel and DC, and I couldn't find anything horror. But they had this monster over there. He looked like a monster. So I started getting all Hulk, and getting Hulk led me to finding out about Mr. Hyde, which I love. So I bought everything. I had everything ever made of Mr. Hyde. And love the transformation people. So Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, Hulk, love it. You know, I love Ghost Rider because he's got the whole transformation thing going on, the good, evil. And that was as bad as I could find. And then I found the Punisher, which was, you know, kind of dark. But until I found indies, and then I started finding cool stuff, which I'll show you some of that too. But this was the first thing I ever found that I thought was dark as I could get at my store. And I got out of comic books for a while, quit reading comic books, and I had to work from home for a couple of summers to take care of my son. He's a diabetic. He's 6 years old whenever he became a type 1 diabetic. And so I worked from home for the summers. At 90 days through the summer, I was home, and the only person I had to talk to was a 12-year-old and a 6-year-old. So I was going crazy at the house 7 days a week. And I went to Walmart, and I was going through the line at Walmart, and I just happened to pick that one line out of 20 that's got like the collectibles. And this was on the shelf. And it reminded me so much of 377 from when I was a kid that I was like, you know, I'm just going to get that because I need a little happiness in my life. And I picked up his Hulk 377, the last call. It's a one-shot. And it started all this over again. So I went from not collecting for about 10 years to not having any books to getting this. And this was the reason why I have everything I have today, because of Hulk. Started reading Hulk again, and one thing led to another, and now I got all this Dopetopia going on, and I'm doing a YouTube show. So that's how that works. So that's our two Hulk questions. Let's get off of Hulk. And I know I was telling you about, I was on Hulk, and I couldn't find any, anything I like to read that was dark. And then this came in my life. I was looking for something to read, and I discovered these at a young age. Twisted Tales. Twisted Tales is a horror anthology written by PC Comics, Pacific Comics. A lot of them have Richard Corbin artwork. Bernie Wrightson does a cover, number 2. These are amazing. This is a Richard Corbin cover. These things had nudity in them. They all had 3 or 4 stories in them. They were twisted tales, just like it says. They didn't hold back. I thought I was a cool kid because I was reading these. If it sucked, you just wait the next month, and you got a whole new bunch of Twisted Tales. And every book had at least 1 or 2 good stories in it. But this is Twisted Tales number 1. This is my very first horror journey right here. Twisted Tales. This is what got me into, collecting indie horror. Then from indie horror, I started just getting like DC 70s horror. And then I saved my money up, and I started getting into pre-code horror. And now I buy any kind of horror ever made, from pre-code, the 40s, all the way up to 55, to post-code horror, to indie horror, to DC 70 horror. I even buy a lot of modern horror. I love any horror, but this is what started it all. It's Twisted Tales. That's issue 1. This is a classic Bernie Wrightson cover. It's probably my favorite Bernie Wrightson cover. One of my top 2 Bernie Wrightson covers. You never see nobody talk about it. He has a belt made of heads. He's chasing 2 more boys through a field. You can see the Bernie Wrightson name right there. This is a Bernie Wrightson cover. He has a rope through the ears, through the eyes, through the mouth, whatever. This dude is chopping up kids. And if this was on a pre-code horror book, it'd be worth a lot of money. It's a beautiful cover. It looks like something you would see on a pre-code horror book. So it's amazing. Love that cover a lot. Bernie Wrightson is the shit. So what can I say? What can I say? K-pop, Bill Moseley. Yeah, you met some good ones. Did you get any autographs or anything? First comic I ever read was Total War Mars Attacks 1 through 4. It wasn't the bulb-headed Martians either. Wally Wood art. Love Wally Wood. Wally Wood did a lot of pre-code horror. I love Wally Wood. Twisted Tales Forever. You are right. Nice, sweet books. Yep, she got some autographs. Here's Twisted Tales 3. This cover's not as good, but when you're a kid and you see a dinosaur and you see a pile of blood and you see bones and you see a wimpy cop looking like Don Knotts. I mean, it was pretty cool when I was a kid. And they all got great stories in them. My favorite story is in issue 2. It's called The Fishbowl or The Fish Tank. Issue 4, we got a woman in a cave and we got a floating corpse. I mean, this is the kind of stuff I was into. In the 70s, other people were out there trying to read Flash or trying to, was reading Spider-Man and Friends. I was trying to find this. I was hanging out underneath the slide at playground at recess. Everybody else is talking about Flash or New Titans or something, and I'm pulling this out. They're like, you're a weirdo. But this was the stuff I've always been into. This is number 5. This is the game changer. This is number 5. For you that know, you know. If you don't know, you don't know. But there's a story in here that shut down the company. It's called Banjo Lessons. It's very racist. It's very crazy. The very first, inside this book, the very first page talks about how the producer of this book lets his artist have freedom of speech. And he knew the story was crazy, and he put it in and published it anyway. But this book right here caused so much controversy that it's a Richard Corbin cover. This book caused so much controversy that in a matter of months, Pacific Comics had to shut down. That was issue 5. That's the one that started it all. Then you got issue 6. We got this girl, looks like she is melting. These are great. If you want to know the history of these books, go back on my channel. I did just a Twisted Tales whole show about Twisted Tales, and I get into the history and who owned them. And some of these tales are from, TV series, got turned into TV series and all kinds of other stuff. This is a cool cover. As you can see, Granny with a head on the wall. And it ain't her first one because there's a skull back there. So Granny's been collecting heads for a while. And beautiful book. And I wonder who these 2 kids are right here. I wonder if this is somebody that the artist knows and he put them on the cover. But beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. That's Twisted Tales 7. And this one's an awful cover. We got something coming out of the sewer. It's killing kids. It's got some good stories in here. But let me tell you something. Some people try to sell you these on eBay as a final set 1 through 8. Some people try to sell them on eBay as a final set 1 through 10. Both of them say they're a complete set. But if you look, 8 is the last one with the PC on it. Because after this, they wasn't made by PC no more. They had to shut down. The last 2 issues got picked up by Eclipse Comics. And so some people call them part of the set. As you notice, the PC is gone off the top. Some people call it part of the set. Some people don't. But I had to get them all anyway because I love reading them. But they do not have the PC on them no more because they were not put out by PC. Then the last issue of Twisted Tales you can see there we got a crazy ass skeleton mummy, some hot ass girl, and a some reason she's in a graveyard in the middle of the night. I don't know what's going on, but that is Twisted Tales number 10. So that's pretty cool. Let's see here. I got to Dance with Kane. Kane, the Undertaker Kane? Or Bob Kane? Did you know Bill had a comic? It's pretty good. What is the comic called? Adore Chop Top. What is up, lady? What is going on? She's from my hometown. I'm in Nashville. Hope everything's going well. It is going well. Banjo lessons will never be adapted to TV, but it's intense. You're right. And I've also heard, Ghoul, that banjo lessons was not included whenever they made I haven't seen it yet, but supposedly they made a paperback with all of the Twisted Tales in it, and they left banjo lessons out. So the only way I know to get banjo lessons on print is to buy issue 5. Am I going to do the con in Nashville in early June? I think it's at the convention center. I would love to. I love spending $50 to get in the door just to buy comics. I'm already in a whole $50, lady, when you do that. But yeah, I'll go. I don't know why, but yeah, I'll go. I'll go there and I won't get any deals because I'll be 50 in the hole. I'm a recluse. I really don't like to hang out with people too much. So, but I think Caroline's that way too. She's kind of like me. Oh, me. Let's see what everybody else is talking about. Yeah, Kane Holder and Kane the Wrestler's are too. I knew Kane the Wrestler does a lot of shows. We forgot to give Lady Fantastic an intro here on my generic show. Give you the 3 gong. Oh, man. And what is up? We've got Hialeah, my favorite guy from Florida. What is going on? Him and Metarog are my boys. Let's give him some frequencies. There you go. What is going on? We got some more stuff. It says we should meet up for a couple of minutes. If you do go, I see you every week at the Great Escape. Why do we gotta go pay $50, Lady Fantastic, to see each other? Come on, lady. You're hard up with your money like I am. We can buy a lot of books for $50. We don't have to go to the damn con to see each other. Oh, me. Yep. Totally agree. And you are radioactive, Hialeah. Ain't there a Robert Plant song called Radioactive? Anyway, let's get to some more books. Speaking of horror, and why I got my man Dr. Ghoul on here. Dr. Ghoul, have you read this? I got these in the mail a couple of days ago, and it was so good that I ordered the trade, and I don't mean good reading it because I ain't got to read it yet, but I'm going to read the trade. But I was so impressed with these books, I went ahead and bought the trade anyway. So if it's bad, I just bought 6 floppies in a trade for no reason. But it's called Freaks of the Heartland, put out in I think they said 91 by Dark Horse. Or I haven't read these. It might be 2001. But I'm excited to read these. It's called Freaks of the Heartland. Any kind of creepy stuff, country stuff. Kind of reminds me of Texas Chainsaw Massacre out in fields. And it's got these freaks and overalls. Looks like it's going to be good. But I'm going to be reading these Freaks of the Heartland. I'm going to check it out. I love Steve Niles. Everything Steve Niles does, I love. How can you not love Steve Niles? But these look creepy. I was able to pick up all 6 issues for like $20. So then I turned around and paid about $13 for the trade. I don't know here's the trade. Picked up the trade. So I'm going to be reading the trade. This is the cover. Tell me that cover is not the shit. That's just brutal right there. We've got this granny or this old country mom hung herself, and the damn barn is on fire. I love covers like this because it makes you have to use your imagination. You don't really know what happened. K-Pop, get this damn artist on your show. Do something. You know who Greg Ruth is? Get him on your show. Anyway, that's Freaks of the Heartland 5 and Freaks of the Heartland 6. Can't wait to read that. Looks awesome. Looks great. Definitely be reading that. See what's going on. Y'all, I've got AOK I've got open. I've got books laying everywhere. I'm talking y'all's heads off. This Freaks of the Heartland, the artwork inside of it looks great. It's going to be creepy. It's going to be very Colin Bunnish, I think. Can't wait to read that. I've got 2 AOKs over here. I'm going to show. Let me get to some more questions. I got questions too out the wazoo. Stacy at Stacy's Comics said Keebler Elf versus Papa Smurf. Who do I got in the fight? I'm going to have to go with Papa Smurf. I mean, Papa Smurf has to put up with a lot of shit. Smurf Kingdom or whatever it's called. He's got Grumpy Smurf. He's got trying to protect Smurfette. And damn, he's got a lot of stress on his shoulders. I mean, Keebler Elf was just a fat little dude hiding in the tree eating cookies. So I think Papa Smurf probably put an ass whipping on Keebler Elf. That's my guess. I think Keebler Elf's definitely going to have the weight advantage. I think Keebler Elf's probably 6 inches or taller than Papa Smurf. Papa Smurf has got the work ethic. Keebler Elf might be a little younger than Papa Smurf. But I'm still thinking Papa Smurf will whip Keebler Elf's ass. So there you go, Stacy at Stacy's Comics. I'm giving it up. Papa Smurf will beat the hell out of Keebler. So that's what I'm thinking. So I try to let him know when new horror stuff comes in, and he lets me know when good Marvel stuff comes in. No, I don't, lady. I don't let you know when good Marvel stuff comes in. I let you know when X-Men or Black Panther stuff comes in, because that's not good Marvel stuff that I'm not interested in. Good Marvel stuff would be like Ghost Rider or Hulk, and I wouldn't dare tell you if they got a collection of Hulk in, because I would think you'd try to buy it before I could get to it. So, you know, you're close on what you're saying, and I know what you mean, but I've never read an X-Men book in my life, so I don't know how good it'd be. It's just a bunch of mutants. They don't even have a backstory. I mean, they were so unimportant that Stan Lee said, we're not even going to give them a backstory. We ain't going to tell. They're just mutants. Oh, ha, 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 ha. KB, you got to take Papa Smurf, I think. I mean, he's built a whole village. He's not living in a tree. He built a village. So I'm going with Papa Smurf. Let's open this AOK and see what is going on with it. I got an AOK in from one of the coolest guys on YouTube. If you're not friends with Gary at Bizarre Brain Comics, you don't like horror comics. He is a legend in the community. He is a hero to our nation. A lot of people don't know it, and he probably wouldn't admit it, but I'm telling you, he served in our armed forces. He was on a nuclear submarine reading comic books on the bottom of the ocean for years, and he deserves our respect. And he sent me a AOK before, and I did not expect to get this today, but I got this in the mail today, and I was like, who do I know from Colorado? And then I noticed it was Gary, my man Gary, Bizarre Brain. So I'm excited to see what he got me. And something else you might not know about Gary, he is a fantastic artist. Fantastic. So we're going to open this up and see what he got me. There's a lot to know about Gary. He's full of knowledge. I love talking to the dude. It ain't even got to be about comic books. Just, I can't imagine just sitting on the bottom of the ocean in a submarine for years and reading comics all the time. You know what I'm saying? But he sent me this AOK, and he likes a lot of the same stuff I like. I'm interested in seeing what he gave me. So let's see what we got. We'll slide all these out the side. Let's see what all I got in here, man. Let's see what it is. We got a note. Oh, man. says, I'm not going to read it all to you because I ain't went through it yet. But basically, he wants to thank me for sending him the Bigfoot books. I sent him a whole series of Bigfoot books. They're written by Rob Zombie and Steve Niles, drawn by Richard Corbin, and quite rare. And I had an extra copy of them. So he didn't have them, so I sent them to him. So I'm definitely going to be reading this note off air and getting back in touch with you, Gary, and seeing what's up. So I'm going to set this to the side for now. But the first thing I noticed, look at this. I've never seen this before. Stan Lee presents The Incredible Hulk and the full-length City of the Beast. Look at that. Little bitty book. I'm definitely going to be reading that. Take that with me on the airplane. Take that with me on vacation. Take that with me everywhere. Is that not awesome? That is awesome. Also, oh my God. Oh my God. Guess what he sent me? Two of my favorite. Look at this Bruce Banner Hulk. Is that amazing? I told y'all he's a great artist. K-Pop, get him on your channel. He's got a comic book. He's drawing comic books. He's got his own comic book out. K-Pop. Gary, look him up. K-Pop. Get this guy recognized. He's got a couple comic books out. He's been drawing comic books for a while. Bizarre Brain Comics. If you ain't liking Bizarre Brain, you ain't liking life. He's the man, and he knows what I like because he did my two favorites. Look at that. Tell me that ain't beautiful. He is the man. He can draw anything. Look at that. Love these. These are amazing. Look at that. Gary is an awesome individual. What can I say? K-Pop says she is on it. What did we got going on here? I'm trying to do a werewolf woman on his SS while these trailer actors are still alive. I want to see Dwayne Thorne. You got big dreams like I got, Ghoul. We'll see what happens with all that. I sit around at night and think about stuff. Yeah, give me some creatures, says Steve. Let's see what else he got me. He got me this. Tales from the Crypt. Look at that. Here's a Tales from the Crypt he picked up. I will be reading, checking this out for sure. Number 11. I don't have none of these newer ones. That is amazing. Definitely going to be reading that. Awesome stuff. We have got a Monster Menace. Look at that. Stan Lee. Amazing. We got these. I love these. This is a Dracula series. Topps books. I know. What's his name? Actual Dracula likes these a lot too. The artwork's done by the same guy that does Hellboy, Mike Mignola. These are really cool. So I will be checking that out. I've got a lot of crap to read. And he sent me a big old Creeps Spooktacular. 4 issues in it. I've read a lot of this issue before, I believe. But I haven't read any of these other ones, 25, 19, and 17. So I will be looking at that. Amazing. Then he sent me an old Go-Go and Animal. Look at that. Gary's really good at drawing this type of art too, 50 style art. And then he sent me an Ultimate Fantastic Four. So I don't know nothing about this, and I'll have to read this. I don't even know what year this came out. But yeah, check that out. Gary is the man. Gary's always sending me good stuff. This is my second A-OK from Gary. I want to thank you, Gary. He's always sending me art. I've got art hanging all over my walls that Gary's done. You want to see a cool one? I'll show you a cool one. Let's see if I can turn it and get you. Can y'all see that Wolfman right there? Gary did that. Is that not amazing? That is amazing. That is Gary. Gary did that. Good stuff, says K-Pop. Awesome art, dope, says KB. Nice. Lady Fantastic, you all love that stuff. Yep, totally agree. Creeps is definitely it's definitely borrowed quite a bit from Creepy and Eerie. What else do I got around here to show y'all guys that I ain't shown you yet? I got some, look at these slabs up here I got. This is from 1943. We got a super magician. We got skulls all over the cover. Let's see if I can get rid of some of this right. Got skulls all over the cover. Got a beautiful yellow cover. We got these headhunters. There's a 3.5 CGC. I think that guy, the magician's probably on his last breath right now because the headhunters are going to take him out. Take him out. Let's answer another question. Let's see. What is a good one? Big Daddy Small says Bane versus Peacemaker. It's a good, honest fight. They're both DC. I feel like they're both strong. I feel like the strength goes a little bit to Bane. Peacemaker, better shot. They're both human. In a street fight, you gotta go with Bane. Guns and stuff, maybe Peacemaker. Both are pretty intelligent. I'm gonna say on a one-on-one fight, both let loose on different sides of the city. I'm gonna go with Peacemaker. But in a jail cell, I would go with Bane. So I'm split. So the answer for either one is Bane or Peacemaker. So sorry, I don't know how to answer that one, Big Daddy Smalls. That's a hard one. Oh, me. That is a great drawn Wolfman. Wow banger. What is up, Sleepy Reader 666? Where you been, brother? You know we can't have a show without you. Let me tase you. Whoa, that's a good one. There you go. And just like that, Rad Art and Comics is in the building. He's getting tased too. Welcome to the show, the only show that's been voted 2 years in a row the worst show on TV. And for TV, it's ain't even TV. Worst show on YouTube, 2 years in a row. Can you believe that? I mean, some idiot sitting around in his basement talking to people in Canada and Mexico and Europe and Kentucky. Talking to people everywhere. What can I say? Let's look at another slab. I got a couple more slabs, and I'm going to show you another stack, and we got a roll. Look at this one I picked up. This is from 1952. This is Unseen number 6. We got this dude. He crashed his car. He's getting attacked by some zombies. There's 4 of them out there in the pale moonlight. Y'all see those zombies up in there? They're in the trees. I don't think this guy's got much of a shot running through the swamp. He ain't gonna make it because the swamp zombies are on him. This is terror. The stalks of the night. Full moon. You got these moon zombies coming at you. Bro, you ain't got a shot. As you see on the side, Bayou Vengeance. I mean, you are dead, Fred. You ain't got a shot. What can I say? Oh, man. I picked up some Nick Cardy covers for Teen Titans. Beautiful cover there. We got the Motorcycle Joe cover. Gotta love that one. Nice 12th center. We got this Nick Cardy cover. The Nick Cardy run for these is always awesome. The one I really wanted is after this one, 12 cents. This has always been one of my favorite Nick Cardy covers. It's called Skis of Death. This dude just is awesome with a 30-30 lever action. I mean, anytime you can kill something that moves as fast as Flash, you killed this guy. I don't even know who she is. You killed this guy. I don't even know who he is. And then you killed Robin. I mean, Skis of Death. This motherfucker can shoot a gun. He's like a Green Beret on skis. And anytime you can just shoot something faster than the speed of light with a 30-30 lever action Marlin, come on, man. You got to read Skis of Death. How can that be bad? Can't. Can't be bad. Oh, man. Ah, Sleepy Reader said it tickles. That's because you're such a man, Sleepy. You're a man's man. Ain't nothing sleepy about you. Needs to be Sexy Reader 666. Oh, me. Here's a fight. We got Alfred E. Newman versus a janitor from Cracked. Street fight with hammers. Bring it. Who the hell? Who's Alfred E. Newman? Tell me about that. I don't know who this is. The janitor from Cracked. I am just your idiot leader, but I'm having a hard time. I don't know these people. So you're going to have to tell me who would win that fight. I don't know. I got to Google it. I don't know. Oh, man. Let's see. Nick Cardy has great art. He did some good Aquaman. He did do some good Aquaman covers. I totally agree with that. Purple Man says who would win? Jack in the Box versus Chuck E. Cheese. I don't know, Purple Man. If you're talking, are you talking mascot against mascot? Are we talking the Jack in the Box with the big white head versus Chuck E. Cheese, the rat? Or are we talking food? Jack in the Box versus Chuck E. Cheese, because they both suck. Jack in the Box might be the worst burger joint, and I know Chuck E. Cheese has the worst pizza ever ate. So if you're going fight, I'm going Jack in the Box. He's very man-like, and he seems to have better movement than Chuck E. Cheese. Chuck E. Cheese has them two big teeth that would probably get knocked out pretty quick. And Chuck E. Cheese is used to wrestling with kids. And Jack in the Box is a grown-ass man. So I think Jack in the Box would beat the shit out of Chuck E. Cheese. And food-wise, I would probably pull up at Chuck E. Cheese's, get out my plastic bottle of Skol vodka with a filter in the top, and just kill about 6-7 shots, because I want to be drunk when I eat this pizza. And I'm going to walk in there, and I'm going to order just adult pizza. Do you have something besides fucking cheese pizza, please? And I'm going to be weird, because I'm going to be the only guy there with liquor on my breath and no kids. But I'm going to go in there and pay my money. I'm going to eat a shitload of adult Chuck E. Cheese pizza. Because if you get a Supreme pizza at Chuck E. Cheese pizza, you ain't got to worry about nobody eating it but you. Them kids don't want that shit. And I don't want their all coughing ass on my pizza either. So they're sniffles. So I think I would go to Chuck E. Cheese's about hammered before I'd go in there. But that's, if I had to pick between them two, that's what I would do. Oh, me. Hey, I should pay you back for saying that for my wife. I know sexy people when I see them, Sleepy Reader. I know. And there's something about you. You've got something about you that other men just don't have. You've got that it. And that's why she married you, Sleepy Reader. That's why she married you. She knows you got it. I know you got it through this shitty ass computer I got. I could feel it all the way down here in Tennessee, Sleepy Reader. Where the hell are you at, Sleepy Reader? Because the vibes is still strong. I can cut it with a knife. You're a sexy man. Rad says, why ain't this working? Well, let's see here. My computer is froze up, but K-Pop says Chuck will go down. We kicked his ass enough as a kid. Yeah, you're probably right. Chucky ain't got a shot. Let's see here. Do. Kicked off my own show. How does that even happen? I got kicked off my own show. K-Pop, you got some kind of superpower or something? Now, we've talked about this before, Sleepy Reader. I love my creatures, so werewolf versus Black Lagoon creature. I've got to go with werewolf. Werewolf is vicious. And as we see, Creature from the Black Lagoon, if you watched, what's the little teeny pop movie came out in 87 when I was 10 years old, I used to watch it like crazy. But anyway, on there, a fat kid on the damn town square shoots Creature from the Black Lagoon in the chest with a shotgun. He only took one shot to kill him. That's all it took. So, werewolf is fierce. Werewolf, you need a silver bullet. You need a lot to kill. Creature from the Black Lagoon, you don't need a lot, but I'm excited because this month on the 24th, Ron V is writing Universal Studios Black Lagoon on Image Comics. Be there to get Creature from the Black Lagoon, Universal Image Comics. Be there. That's going to be a big book. I read the Dracula series that came out. James Tynion, 4-part issue, Universal Monsters, Dracula. In issue 3, they have a note from me in the book. So Dope Comics made the book. So I'm really happy about that. That's the first time they've ever published one of my notes. Dope vaporized. I did, dude. I don't know what's going on. Them kids are upstairs playing them damn video games. They're running around killing each other and throwing people out of cars, doing that damn Grand Theft Auto shit. Monster Squad is right. KB, what are you laughing at? Me not knowing how to work a computer? Or me getting zapped off my own show? Ron McDonald versus King of Burger King. Who wins? I got to go with King of Burger King. Ron McDonald is just a creepy guy. You know, the King of Burger King, we saw him actually play football and stuff. We've seen him run up and down the fields during commercials and stuff. I think the King of Burger King reminds me a little bit, if anybody's seen the Thanksgiving. Anybody seen Thanksgiving, the horror movie from last year? Kind of reminds me of the King of Burger King. So he's kind of creepy. But Ronald McDonald's creepy too. But Ronald McDonald's got them big ass clown shoes on. I think the Burger King could take him. That's what I think. Damn, you've had Gennards on your wall. I know what she's talking about. Creature from the Black Lagoon. Can't wait, KB. KB, it's going to be amazing. Creature, as you can see, is my favorite of the bunch, but I do love the werewolf too. But Creature is my man. I like him better than Dracula. I hope they do it right. I hope they do it service. I hope it oozes goodness. Oh, man. Who knows if it will or not? Let's look at another book. What we got here? We got Beware Tales from Terra, 1952. This is a beautiful one. It's got all kinds of monsters on it. It's got the full moon. I love stuff that's got like floating head covers and all kinds of just headshots and shit. But this is a nice 6.0, 10 center from 1952. Beware of Terra. And it's a blue label. What can I say? There's another book. Let's get to another question. The FedEx driver on IG says Chef Boyardee versus Mr. Rogers. Now, you know, I've heard all these rumors my whole life that Mr. Rogers was a Green Beret and he had to wear a sweater because he had sleeve tattoos and all this shit. And preparing for the show, I decided to Google it. I said, hey, was Mr. Rogers, in the Army? And Google says no. He says Mr. Rogers was not in the Army, and that is a lie. So then I said, well, did he have sleeve tattoos? They said no, but his sweaters are at the National Museum of History in Washington, D.C. So if you ever want to go see Mr. Rogers' sweater, they're at the National History Museum in Washington, D.C. I could think of better things to do with my money, but if you want to know where they're at, that's the kind of shit you can only learn here. Where else has told you about shit like Mr. Rogers' sweater? And that's why we're the worst show on you fucking 2 years in a row. 2 years. Because you learn shit like that. You tune in to learn about comic books, and you leave learning about who can win a fight between 2 fucking Burger King giants and a damn sweater giant named Mr. Rogers, and you find out where he's in the Smithsonian Institute. I don't even know what I'm talking about. I'm frustrated. I'm pissing nails. Oh, me. People upstairs don't know what's going on. Tommy Daniels 5, favorite hot sauce. Frank Red's Hot or Louisiana. I love Frank Red Hot. I put it on everything except pulled pork sandwiches here in the South. In the South, you got to use a vinegar base. So you go with Louisiana, hot sauce for pulled pork. Everything else we put Frank's Red Hot on. Now you're doing ribs. And then you want a ketchup base, sticky brown sugar recipe for ribs. I will go with Sweet Baby Ray's. So there you go with that. Hellraiser versus Freddy Krueger. I've never been a Hellraiser fan. I've never really got into Hellraiser, and I've never really got into what's the one with the ball with the spike on it, something with a P. But anyway, never liked neither one of those. But Hellraiser, he looks scary, but the nails are backwards in his head. Why is the top part of the nail sticking out? He can't hurt nobody. Shouldn't it be reversed? I've always thought it should be reversed. Now, Freddy, his fucking claws ain't backwards. He'll fuck you up. That's what would happen. Freddy would just put apart Nailhead. It wouldn't even be close. So, Elvira Vampira. Elvira's got two things going for her, and they're not fighting skills. Elvira don't have nothing really except beauty. I used to love to watch Elvira. I used to love to watch TNT Monster Vision late at night back in the 90s. Old Elvira was good, but TNT Monster Vision with what was that guy's name? Bobby, it's something real country. He ended up marrying what was that guy's name? He married Tomb Raider woman and for a while. But anyway, not Brad Pitt. The other guy, Billy Bob Thornton, was the guy that hosted Monster Vision. Really good show. I loved Tales from the Crypt. I loved Tales from the Dark Side. All that stuff's awesome. Phantasm, you're right, K-pop. You are right. You like all those shitty old horror movies. Don't forget this week, Sammy Twitch comes out. The Hulk one-shot, Hulk loose on a train. I mean, Hulk on a train? I mean, a lot of people are afraid of snakes on a plane, but now we got a Hulk on a train coming out this week. It's a one-shot. I think Bruce Banner is riding on a train and flips his shit and becomes Hulk on the train, and the rest of it is the road itself. Hulk on the train, one shot this week. Also, Ghost Rider 2 comes out this week. We get to see the Spirit of Vengeance inside the hood. And we got my boy Johnny Blaze on with a sawed-off shotgun, riding a beat-down 1979 Harley, trying to do something. So we're going to find out what happens. So that is going on with that. One more thing to show real quick. I was on here yabbing a couple months ago about how I wanted to read Miracle Man because everybody told me I'm not a comic book connoisseur if I've never read Miracle Man. Miracle Man, you got to read. How you even have a damn show on YouTube, Anthony? Dope. How you even have a show on YouTube, Dope, if you never read Miracle Man? So I said, I need to read Miracle Man. And somebody named Daniel from Huntsville. I don't know who you are, Daniel, or what your little made-up name is, but Daniel, I want to thank you for this AOK you sent me. You sent me an AOK, still wrapped in the plastic, Miracle Man. I don't know how many's in here, but it is the first Miracle Man. Everybody says it's a classic. Everybody tells me I need to read it. I'm going to read it now because I feel really obligated because I'm not going to waste some dopehead's money that bought me this. So, Daniel from Huntsville, Alabama, whatever your name is on IG or YouTube, I want to give it up to you. You got me this beautiful Miracle Man. So, we will be reading that too. I got so much shit to read. I still got to read Stephen King's Bernie Wrightson, what was it, Circle of the Werewolf. I got that somebody got me. I got a lot of stuff I got to read. Best witch story, Wizard of Oz or Hansel and Gretel. Best witch story. Hansel and Gretel had the ability to be the best witch story. If I told the Hansel and Gretel story, it would be the best story. Let me tell y'all what I thought of. I was in my comic book store and we watched Goonies not too long ago. Y'all know Goonies? And Goonies, you got Chunk. You got Chunk, the big fat boy. And you got a Sloth. Well, Sloth, if you remember at the very end of it, Chunk told Sloth, he said, "You're going to live with me now." So what I'm thinking is we come out with a horror movie now called Sloth, right? Where Sloth goes live with this little fat kid. And over the weekend, the first weekend, everything's good. But then Monday morning, Chunk's got to go back to school. When he goes to school, Sloth kind of freaks out and kills Chunk's parents. I mean, brutally, like rips her arms off, laughing about it, just beating them with this arm he ripped off of this body and just destroy blood all over the house. Then Chunk comes home riding the bus, walks in, and he can't believe what he sees. And, you know, Sloth don't know what he's doing. He attacks Chunk, kills Chunk, leaves Chunk laying in the floor, walks across the street, down the hill to a nursing home, goes in there and just starts killing old people left and right. And one of the nurses attacks Sloth with some scissors and stab him in the back, and that just makes him mad. And he's just killing everybody. He's picking up old people in wheelchairs. He's bashing everybody's brains in. These people can't even get out of the bed. Sloth's killing everybody. Then Sloth just takes a left, walks out of the buildings, and one of the nurses get on the phone and they start calling the cops. And you see Sloth walking down the hill, and he's headed away from the building, and he's walking down the hill towards a school. And he walks up on his school, and he starts just getting ready to kill all these kids, and he's killing these kids on the playground. And the cops show up, and they all just start mowing him down. And all the cops are shooting him, and he's laughing, and he falls down, and it gets that drone view where the drone's coming up from above him, and it's fading away, and the whole time he's laughing, and he's coughing up blood, and he says, I love you, Chuck, and all this stuff, and he don't even know what he did. Wouldn't that be a great movie? Sloth the horror movie, the spinoff of Goonies. What about that? I just gave you a good pitch. Now let's run with it. Oh, man. Hulk on I don't want to be there either. That wouldn't go too well there. Ghoul. Wouldn't go good at all. Oh, me. Yeah, Cycle the Werewolf. Yeah. They made a movie in the 80s called Cycle the Werewolf. This is about Cycle the Werewolf. I said Circle the Werewolf. It's got Bernie Wright's and artwork. It is wrote by Stephen King. I still got to read it. I've got the book laying around here. I'm getting backed up, guys. I'm getting too much stuff to read. I don't think it was Lump. It was Chunk. Oh, me. Yeah. Yeah, he needed Baby Ruth. And he just killed everybody in the town until they mowed him down. Oh, man. Do-up-diddy-doo. There is a sloth horror movie, but it's an actual sloth. I don't know how good that'd be. Sloth. If you get killed by a sloth, something's wrong with you. Oh, man. Well, guys, I've made a big enough mess. Let's show one more horror book and we'll get out of here. What is this one? Here we go. Tomb of Terror 16 in a 4.0, 1954. Beautiful book. Low on the census. This was the last one in the Tomb of Terror run. 16 is the one that finished up the collection, the whole run. It's the most beautiful cover. We got this girl going through the tunnel of love, and there is a water zombie just choking out people. And as you see, there's more than one dead body in the tunnel of love. So this water zombie's been at it for a while. Beautiful book from 1954. What can I say? What can I say? What can I say? There you go. A beautiful book. And I've held y'all up long enough. Like I said, I'm so grateful for the 600 subscribers. Grateful for the 80 y'all still hanging in here now. What can I say? Let's keep on growing the channel. Leave me some more comments. Leave me some verses, and we'll pick them up in the next show I do. I try to do one of these live shows a month, so you're only going to get about 12 a year. I'm too lazy to do this stuff all the time. I much rather just leave you a 10-minute video showing what I'm picking up. But glad all y'all turned out for the live show. I try not to do them that often because I want them to be special, damn it. I want them to be special. If you miss one, you're only getting 11 more. I'll throw that shit out the back door. I'll make it where if you don't catch it live, you just won't see it. But anyway, until the next time, I will see you again beneath a blackened sky. And remember, read your comics. Read them all, damn it. Read them all.